Welcome back to Israel Inspired Radio. This is Jeremy Gimpel with Aria Bramwos. We're broadcasting live from Jerusalem at Voice of Israel. One of our missions here at Israel Inspired is to share the stories that the mainstream press isn't going to cover, little miracles that are happening within the Jewish world inside Israel and outside Israel. It just so happens that one of my good friends has spent the last few years in England, coming from Israel, fluent in English, has went on a mission to England to inspire the Jews of England and maybe even spark their imagination with the hopes of maybe making Aliyah. Recently, he has put together single-handedly a pilot trip of dozens of young Jewish Brits to come to Israel, to interview, to intern, to experience the different places on a pilot trip to make Aliyah. It's like one Jew from Israel that is slowly but surely changing the world. His name is Mickey Flaumenhaft, and although that is a wild last name, he's not a wild person. He's quite a tzaddik. Mickey, you with us today?
Yeah, hi Jeremy, how you doing?
Fantastic. Can you tell us, how did this happen that you put together a trip with dozens of young British Jews that are now considering Aliyah so seriously that they're really coming here on a pilot trip?
Well, I just want to correct one thing that I heard you say. It's not really single-handed, because besides myself, there are a lot of tzaddikim, as you said, helping out here. One of them is we have two shlichim here in England from Israel, myself and Rav Ari Faust, who he was really, I must say, and specifically in this program, he's the one who's the leading charge here in this program, and I feel like I'm the second-hand man helping him out.
Well, that's what any real leader would say, Mickey. Thank you for clarifying that. Now we know who the real leader is.
I don't want to take any credit for that. I don't deserve. But to be honest, this is something that's been, we haven't invented the wheel here. These are things that different organizations have been doing for many years. I was just thinking about it, how funny it was that my parents, you said I speak fluent English, and that's because my parents made Aliyah from America 30 years ago, before I was born. And I heard about their Aliyah pilot trip that they did then. It could be it was a bit different at the time, but I mean, it's the same concept, basically.
All right, well, how many people are coming to Israel, and what are they doing here?
So we've got 24 people coming. They're basically students or just straight out of university, and which is a huge number. It's a great success to get so many people. We were quite surprised from the amount of people who were interested in coming. You know what? We probably could have even got more, but it's always a stressful time with their exams and everything. And basically what we've tried to build for them in this short week, these guys and girls, they love Israel, they know about Israel. Some of them themselves have been leaders and taking other groups, younger children, to Israel. But now this is the tachlis, as we say. We want to show them what it means if they take that one further step and actually go and live in Israel. And what we've built out throughout the week, we're going to go from north till south and try to cover as much as possible. And every day, try to look at a different area, what it means, what are the options there, living, working, meeting the communities, different types of communities. A bit of what young people have been doing in different places, in Garinim Toraniim, in Yerushalayim, about the different movements that's been going on, and really give them a taste what it would be like if they were to do that move.
So is this group trying to move to Israel together and establish themselves as a Garin, as like a 24-person group in a specific community, in a specific city? They're like making Aliyah together? Is that part of the plan?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. There are different programs. There are organizations that do try to promote that. But at the end, at this point, I think it's still important. They're still quite young. The future's ahead of them. All of them still want to have different paths. Some of them want to continue learning, maybe further their studies. Some want to go straight into work. Some might want to go into the army. So it's very hard at this point in stage of their life to kind of say, come as a group and live in one certain place. And that's why we want to show them all the different options that Israel has to offer.
Well, listen, you've been now in England for a couple of years now, even more than a couple of years. Can you tell me, like, what's up over there that all of a sudden there's like this, you put out this idea and, dozens of people are coming. Even you were surprised. Is it the rise of anti-Semitism in the air? Is it you're inspiring them with Zionism and Judaism? What has happened to the Jews of England, do you think, in this generation that Israel has piqued their interest so much?
Right. Well, it's really hard to say. I mean, if someone knew the straight answer, what we could do to get the Jews to make Aliyah, then we would be in a better place. It could be a bit of everything. I think there's always been interest. We've always seen throughout the community. I've seen in my just a bit over 2 years families who are making the decision to make Aliyah. I think it's important that we do it. Why it's so important what we're doing now at this stage is because obviously the more you get established and you settle down, it makes it's just much harder later on. You've grounded your roots here. But there is, I must say, I've been over the last 2 years, I have seen a certain shift, and I'm not sure what it is. I can't say, put my finger and say it's exactly that. Anti-Semitism-wise, people might have lost a bit of their feeling of security. On the other hand, in England, we're very, very lucky, very fortunate that we haven't felt that so much. I don't think we're in such a bad position in comparison to other places in Europe. But I really do think there's always, when I speak to families, even the older ones and the ones that are here, who have been here for many years, they say, our heart is in Israel, and even if we can't get there at the moment, we want to be there as soon as possible. And I think especially after the summer, that's what I've realized as a kind of the turning tables. Could be that unity feeling that we've had after the whole incident with the 3 boys and Tzuk Eitan. Again, it's not one specific thing, but I heard a lot of families who I've already was very friendly with, who they were saying we're here at the moment, and suddenly they turned around to me and said, we're starting to feel that it might be time to start thinking about a shift. Maybe we should start looking at different options.
Wow, that's so interesting. Mickey, good luck with all the great work that you're doing over there.
Well, I just want to ask one question. Much. Mickey, I got a question for you. This is Ari here. Good to hear your voice.
Hi, Ari. How you doing?
Great. I'm just interested to know, to get in their heads as they're preparing to come here to Israel. Being here in Israel, life is just wonderful. There's no better word for it. I just want to get in their heads. What are the fears or challenges that they're facing, or is it all excitement right now?
It's hard for me to say that as well. I don't know. I'm not exactly in their position. I think always the language and a bit of the whole environment. It's just something. The culture. I think the culture gap is something that they're a bit afraid of. Because there definitely is a certain culture gap, and obviously not knowing the language as fluent as they would like to. Those are the main things. Because, like I said at the beginning, they love the country. They know that that's the place they want to be already. So what is holding them back? It's just those few technicalities that they need to overcome, and that's exactly the point of the trip. That they see, it's not that scary. It's not that big on them, and they can definitely do it.
Well, Mickey, that we are big supporters of the Jewish people being in the land of Israel, but when I hear about a guy like you leaving Israel to go to England, you are definitely on the mission. You're a representative of Jerusalem, bringing the beauty of Israel to Jews around the world and bringing them home. God should strengthen you every single day in what you're doing.
Amen, amen. Thank you.
Mickey, we'd love to see you when you get here, by the way. Check us out once you're in Israel, all right, buddy?
We definitely will.
Definitely will. Talk to you later.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys.